Honk.
That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Argonauts. Welcome to a Tuesday stream, and it is actually the last Tuesday of February 2025. I hope everyone is doing well, and welcome to the epic conclusion of the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook Star-Lord, illustrated live by TariToons in a dramatic voice. And now I will add some echo. You will now stand before me. No, I don't know. I made that all up. I hope everyone is doing well. I am very excited. I have had some personal good news, several bits of personal good news over the last couple of days. Had a wonderful storytelling experience presentation with Brandon O'Brien and Marie Bilodeau. It was wonderful to have them here. And Brian Talwar was able to join us remotely, so we were able to get him in too. That was great. And yeah, just feeling very good about that stuff. A lot of other, planes to land on the runway safely, so to speak, which is perhaps a metaphor that's troubled in these times, but anyway, but feeling pretty good about stuff. And I had to start early today because we have to wrap up early today because at 2 p.m. I am going to be at the inaugural meeting of the Artificial Intelligence Ethics Committee at my university at St. John's. And since I am one of the people that basically, I'm actually the person that spearheaded that committee and made it happen at my college, it is sort of important that I be there. So I'm going to have to be there remotely, but I will be doing my GOG stream as normal at 4 p.m. Eastern. It's just that I, have to be there. So there's not much I can do about that. So we're going to be wrapping up today at 1:45 p.m. Eastern, a little under 2 hours from now, but that should be okay because we're playing the conclusion today of the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook Skylord, illustrated by my dear friend TariToons. But before I get there, just a couple of reminders about ways to support us. If you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube. Discord is !ArvCord. Twitter !ArvTweets. Blue Sky !ArvSky. Especially follow me over on Blue Sky. Follower numbers have really gone up there in a nice way. I love to see it. And again, I'm very close to just closing down Twitter entirely so I can focus all my attention on Blue Sky in accordance with the prophecy. So please do follow me over on Blue Sky. Website, of course, arvanelaron.com. And remember to check out Hearthglow, our limited run podcast, which will have the final recorded session next month and which will be wrapping up in 2 months in April with a live event at Sacred Heart University. I'm very excited for that. Let me see. On the financial front, !Arv Shop, merchandise area where you can get stuff to support the channel. Also, you're going to be seeing some more stuff that may show up from our very own TariToons there relating to channel stuff, so please check that out. And while I'm on the subject of those things, the Patreon, !Arvtreon, is really beneficial as well and supports us and allows you to get cool stuff that you can only get that way. So please jump on board and join us. If you are not a paid member and you've thought about becoming one, now is a great time to do so. If you are a paid member, but you're like, you know what, I want to get that next tier of support and those next tier of benefits, you can do that too. And if you haven't done this at all and you want to get some cool stuff like character backgrounds written for you, epic poems written about you, even critiques of your writing if you support at a high enough tier, plus inspirations for our tabletop role-playing players every month, now's the time to get on board the Patreon. So please do join us there with !Arvtreon. Subbing to the channel, same thing. You can get some really awesome stuff by subbing to the channel, including custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. That is always useful as well. And again, inspirations for our players too. And as always, !BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. !Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine. As I always say, and as Imaginary Exponent knows, this is something that we are doing to support people that are fighting bravely a war against those fighting with bravery and courage against an illegal and illegitimate war. And this is sending a message that we will continue to support them and support others in that same situation. As I have said, when the war comes to a close, I do want to be able to go at some point to Kyiv. I would like to be able to go to Ukraine, which I admire quite a bit for what they have done over the last years. Yeah, so it's important. Support everything that you can, and I hope that as we make our desires clear, that also gets through to our godforsaken government as well. That would be nice. But anyway, so that is the deal with that. So with no further ado, I am going to unmute myself so that Tari knows that we're ready to go, and then I am going to unmute them. Amen to that on both fronts, Imaginary. Amen to that. I would love, I hope so, and it would be an honor to be able to go. So we shall see. But for right now, I'm going to move us over to reveal to you the amazing fighting fantasy game book. And you may be saying to yourself, oh, that looks like the cover of the book, and you're right. But wait a minute. Wait just a moment. What if I were to show you this? That's right. That artwork is being done right now. Who could possibly be drawing it? I think that it may be someone who is known as the gifted artist and my friend TariToons. Hi, Tari. How are you? Is that you actually, or is it? Are you the ghost of Vincent Van Gogh having returned?
No. I'm Tari's evil twin.
Oh, God damn it.
Here to fuck up everything for you.
I knew this day would always happen. It's Toonsy Tar, the worst example. No.
Joke's on you. Tari is the evil twin.
Oh, yeah. See? I've changed things totally. How are you, Tari?
So what would be an honor to go to?
Oh, I was talking about when the war in Ukraine does come to an end. It would be an honor to go to Kyiv. And,
yes.
Seriously, like it would be, what I just thought of, Imaginary? This may sound ridiculous, but because Tari was actually at this event when we did it in Europe, do you think, Imaginary, that there would be an appetite for a live role-playing, like Dungeons and Dragons event in a theater or an environment in Kyiv? At the time we're talking about? In English. It would be in English, sadly, not Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Although it would be really awesome if someone could be translating it. Oh, my
live
God.
Translation.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, is that the kind of thing you think would there be any interest in, or would they be like, no, stupid?
Well, the question is,
do
people speak well enough English to, like the average person there?
Right. Or could we caption it? Or could we caption it into, like have a projection above, but have it captioned? I don't know. Anyway, sorry. We won't spend too much time on this now because I just thought of it 2 seconds ago. But it just struck me. I'm like, wow, how awesome would that be? Anyway, I don't know. Something to think about. It just occurred to me, Imaginary. So, anyway, Tari, it's good to see you. How are you? How's everything on your side of the pond, as we like to say here, and all that stuff?
Oh, besides the fact that we are going to have a neo-Nazi as our next chancellor in Germany, everything is just roses and daisies and sunflowers and rainbows.
I heard the far left did pretty well, too, though, in that election, right? Is that they did okay?
Not well enough.
Not well enough?
That's the problem. And I'm not going to go into the details. Either way, we are going to be fucked for the next few years.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's
true.
The worst part is this is a lesser evil. Can you imagine what happened is the least worst outcome?
I know. I had seen that.
That's a really fucked up part.
Because the person that the party that was elected said they were going to exclude the far right one.
But they are also far right.
No, I know. Farther right somehow. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. Not great.
No, it's really not.
Yeah, not great. Yeah, and of course you're already dealing with issues in the Netherlands politically with stuff too. So,
yes.
we all have to.
I have to say, with like Dutch politics, like I'm not really able to keep up yet properly. I feel still like that is all a bit beyond me, because language barrier and like I'm not like integrated enough yet to like fully grasp a lot of the ins and outs and nuances and stuff like that. So, but yeah, things aren't great across the board, basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one thing I'll say, I had a big discussion with this during the storytelling event, is there are examples of governments that have gone in the other direction. Denmark, for example, which is very progressive, and there's other examples of governments that have gone the other way and been very positive about it. And I do think that one of the ways for us to get around this is through basically a reconstruction of, I guess I'll phrase it, reconstruction of national identity as understood culturally, by which I mean having the work of art, of storytelling, of narrative sort of work around political restrictions. And this is something which the guy, Brian Talwara, the Lao American poet who was in my storytelling event, has specifically been doing for Lao refugees. Like, that's the work that he really engages in, is rediscovering Lao stories and so on to kind of rebuild that identity culturally. So I bring that together to say that, like, some of what we do on this channel, I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, is a small example of what globally, I think, people reaching out to each other through the use of art and story does have a profound effect. And it's not, in case anybody thinks that it's like, well, what does that ever do? I'd ask you to consider how many times when a dictatorship comes into power, what the first thing they do is, and it's to go after the arts, right? Plato himself says, right? Like, the first thing we do, let's get rid of all the poets. Like, they knew the risk of
I have to point out here, from first-hand experience, I know that this is not a thing that's going to happen. That's a thing that's already happening.
Already happening, right? Yep.
It's already going on. The whole censorship bullshit, and I'm so fucking livid about it.
Yep. So we're battling back against it in our own way every time we do one of these streams, Tari, and more than that, in other arenas. So, so in that spirit, it is time for us to do a little bit of Skylord, and I realized that we have to pick music, but also I have to go get the book. But before I get the book, let's pick music. Do we have a thought about what we want to accompany our battling back against the forces of evil?
So we had Secret of Evermore. We had Star Ocean.
Ooh, Star Ocean, yeah.
We had Wing Commander. Was that the name?
We did have that. What about like one of the Phantasy Star themes?
Sure.
Let's say I'm going to throw out there Phantasy Star 4 OST. I don't know. Let's see. Is that even long enough? Wait a second. Let me not do that before I know for sure. No, let me come up with one that's actually like extensive. Okay, let's see. Phantasy Star Online, episode 1 and 2. Full OST. That's 27 minutes. Okay. All right. Yeah. Phantasy Star 2. Oh, there's a remastered. Wait a minute. No, it's okay. So Phantasy Star 2 OST for the Sega Genesis. That is about 40 minutes.
Oh, so wow. That series is older than I thought.
Yeah, I used to play that. I played this on my Master System before you were born. All right. Just saying.
Wait, what? The Sega Master System isn't older than me, is it? When did it come out?
It might be. Like, when were you born?
91?
Yeah. Phantasy Star 2 came out in 89, and the Master System had already been a couple of years.
Well, I was thinking of the Mega Drive. That one was later.
Yes, that was later. Well, actually, no, that's fair. Now that I'm thinking about it. Well, no, still though. I'm looking right here at the Sega Mega Drive Genesis, and it has right on the screen Sega 1989. So I don't know what that's about. The Master System definitely was older than that, but I don't know about the Genesis because I sort of ran into it when I was in college, which was the early 90s, but this says 89. I don't know.
Haha, you are old. Hee.
Yeah. Old. I feel like that's the kind of laugh that belongs with that. Like,
yeah, okay. It's like the same. I have like a friend who is like, I don't know, a whole head shorter than me. And like, we always make like these really stupid short jokes with her where it's like, haha, you're short. Hee.
And everyone's like, hilarious.
Yes, exactly.
And it's the people who don't get that are like, it really is hilarious. Like, no, it really, it's not. It's
like
it's
the
a meme.
fact that it's not funny is what's funny.
Right, exactly. It's a meme.
Yes.
When the meme, don't let memes become your dreams. Okay. So I put it in Zoom chat. And chat, can you hear this okay?
I can't hear it. I don't hear anything because I didn't click the link yet. I forgot.
I'm going to make sure the chat can hear this, and then I'm going to go get the book. Yeah, we get the of the drums, like the 80s synthesizer. Okay, you all enjoy the synthesized drums and Tari's engaging commentary as I go get the book for 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Engaging commentary. God, what do I have to tell? I tried and failed miserably yesterday to make matapanea. So, I maybe should turn on the chat so that I can see what you people are saying. Pop out chat. There we go. Now I can see you. Well.
Okay, I'm back. Did you engage them?
Oh. Yeah, sure. I told them about what I cooked last night.
Nice. Was it engaging?
No, it was not nice.
was it engaging? Oh, well, was it engaging? That's what matters. Were people engaged?
Oh, rip! Shit! I clicked the wrong thing. Ah.
Suddenly we zoomed in, and then out.
Yeah. You're gonna have to reframe, I think.
Possibly.
Or did I?
No, I think you got it.
Okay.
It looks still in frame.
Yeah, baby, she's got it.
Okay. Thank you for engaging them. And we are here at 1:44. Now, I have to say, chat, that
the wedding is gonna be next spring.
Oh yes, yes. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. You did a good job engaging them, and you have not been betrothed to chat. That would be a whole different, a whole different kettle of fish.
I didn't engage them.
So
I engaged them to each other.
That's what you did, yeah. Yeah, because you have the sort of artistic divine connection, which means you are given the power of the divine to bring people together in holy matrimony. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
So congratulations, many happy returns, chat, for anyone who got married to each other during the 30 seconds I was getting a book. It was really speedy. I hope you feel good with your decision. Okay, so we are ready here, Tari and I, to finally finish this book, which it's been an engaging and fun. Speaking of engaging, it's been an engaging and fun book. It was your worst marriage ever. Echo, that's a good line, Echo. So it has been it's been a lot of fun to go through this book, but it feels like major amounts of twists and turns, I think is the way to put this. Like, just lots of stuff that we've had to deal with. But we should be coming to the end of it today. So I'm excited about that. And then we will have some discussion to make about, we have a couple of options. We have more of the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook series, which are being kickstarted to be relaunched in the US, by the way, by Steve Jackson Games. So we have that, but we also could return to the Lone Wolf series, which we have not done for a while. We could also do another series. So Tari and I will have to talk and decide. The only thing we want to know is that Tari and I want to continue to hang out and do something like this. So we just need to figure out whether we're going to continue with these books or move away from them and come back to them. We'll see. But for the moment, we are continuing with the one Jang Mistral, Skylord Jang Mistral. So, Tari, do you want to show, I don't know, you can show all the illustrations?
It's a lot of drawings.
No, I was going to say, maybe just like one or two.
Yeah, I'm just going to show from last session, and at the end of the thing, I'm going to show all of them.
Perfect.
I only made 3 last session because I had to help out with like visual aid.
Okay, yes.
So this was a warm-up.
Yep.
Just, oh boy, ready for action.
Ready for action at any moment.
Oh, the machine guy.
That's right. Who was wearing the Tool shirt? Okay. Yes, that's awesome. I love, can I just say, I love the robot arm, which somehow looks, I know that's like a standard, but it's just so imaginative. It's like this like, hello. Like, it's so funny. Anyway.
Thank you. And then last but not least, we have our boss with his pet.
That's right.
The boss is the cat.
Current boss cat is sitting over there. So in real life, but yeah,
yes,
that's right.
Delegating.
That's right. And the other one was the guy behind him is like his minion, right? Like the one that he actually did. That's pretty
Both
funny.
Both his right and left hand man, because the cat doesn't have any hand. No opposable thumbs.
That's true. Very necessary.
Somebody to open the doors.
That's right. With the cat with the 3 eyes. Yeah. So very good. So we did that, and we are here, chat, because we need to penetrate the defenses of Elbaston's fortress planet Arok, and only the best solar trooper, which is us, can undertake such a mission. We have to stop Elbaston from creating an army of terrifying clones, dog-headed perfectas, the perfect warriors. Like you do. You have to do that.
This reminds me of...
What's that?
The whole, like, the making an army of, like, weird mutant creatures. It's like, with, what you call it? Flight of the Amazon Queen? where they, like the jungle Nazis, are kidnapping Amazonian women to turn them into dinosaur warriors.
That is a very deep cut. I like it though.
Hey, I like that game. It's stupid.
Yeah. No. It's I see it. I see it. I can see it before me.
It still has some of the most iconic writing in all of gaming, with like the stupid puzzle how you get the gorilla to move out of the way. Do you remember how?
I don't remember.
Oh, so first of all, you meet a gorilla.
Okay.
Who's blocking your way in the Amazonian jungle.
What game is this again?
Flight of the Amazon Queen.
Yeah, okay.
Old point and click adventure.
Yep.
And there is this red herring of where you find a banana tree. So you can feed the gorilla bananas from the banana tree, but it doesn't do anything. It just eats them. So you can engage them in conversation, and it's like, hey, where can you speak? Blah, blah, blah. And you can be like, wait a second. This is South America. There are no gorillas here. Then the gorilla's like, oh shit, and then he just evaporates because he can't exist in South America.
Oh my god!
Because they're endemic to Africa, different continent.
That's actually really fun. I don't know. I know of the Flight of the Amazon Queen. I'm not 100% sure that I ever played that.
Well, it wouldn't be your kind of game.
Yeah.
That you don't like point and click adventures.
I don't love
much.
point and click stuff, but I do remember though the title, because I'm positive that I even saw it on the shelves when I was working in Electronics Boutique in the mid '90s. And so yeah, Flight of that's funny. That get a little bit like Toonstruck humor a bit. It feels like to me.
Definitely.
So it's in that ballpark. That's cool. It has great New Jersey accents.
A bit zany.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah. Sounds like it. Okay, let me see. Let me move this over here. Right. Okay. Actually, can we do this?
I don't know. Can we?
I'm just moving this. Room, trying to make sure I have the right amount of room on my monitor. Okay, good. Great. All right. So, chat. We are, as you can see, kind of up against it. We have died 8 times. That is to say, we have reconfigured our health quotient to 0 8 times. And we are currently sitting at 3 out of 18 stamina, which, to be clear, is not great. We're also sitting at 6 out of 10 luck, also not great. We do have some items. We have a droid. We have a high-tech device of tubes, rods, and cubes. We do have good skill because of our laser rifle. So we have 11 skill. And we have Zud's cylinder, which we actually already used to escape from something. We got through a puzzle that had colored tiles that we had to cross over, and we had these other things we had to do. Oh, okay, I got that, Echo. That's actually pretty cool. So, right. And so
we just literally cheated then in the end because it was just too dumb.
Yeah, there was a point at the end where I'm like, what do we even do? I don't even, yeah. So, but we have landed and we've basically made our way through this massive complex. We're inside the fortress already. We're almost to the center of that fortress though. And we are now just trying to help this one guy who basically not shot us down, but fired at us. And then we found out that he was sort of a gardener who was working against his will, basically, for Elbastan. And so we landed, and he said he was going to help us, but he needed help first. And so that's where we begin. His name is Sam, and he says, "Wonderful. You see, Elbastan sent a diabolical creature, a Canberran Moggs monster, to kill me. It would have got me soon, too, but for your generous offer of help. Sam now leads you to an old iron barge hidden among the reeds. The Moggs monster dwells on a barge somewhat similar to this in the middle of the lake. If you take this boat out now, you may catch it unawares. Of course, I would do this myself, except, well, I lack the heart for fighting. It was not built within me, so to speak. Somewhat flustered, you heave your craft into the lake, preparing for your assault. Your ship is, and I quote, a ridiculous contraption, all popped rivets and buckled plates and leaking like a sieve. Crouching uncomfortably behind the tiny wheelhouse, you maneuver the vessel and yourself into deep water. Slowly and in jerks, you approach the enemy craft, a sleek white cutter bristling with lasers, not at all what you had expected. Your chances appear slim, it says. This is all really great news. Will you, A, fire a salvo into her starboard side, or B, steam at full speed across her bow? So here we go, chat. First vote of the day. Will you fire a salvo into her starboard side, which is $vote space 1, Or will you steam at full speed across her bow, which is $vote space 2. Get in your votes now, and let's find out whether you want to fire or steam across her bow.
Very happy combat music.
It is, really.
Well, it might be a song behind, actually.
Under
You are
pressure,
doing sounds more like... Yeah, I was literally
down
about
on
to
me,
say.
looking down on you, no man asked for. Hey, Tom Tom.
So we are fighting some sea creature.
Supposedly, someone that Albaston sent to kill this gardener, allegedly.
Who are you? I'm a gardener.
I'm just a gardener. Or it could be something from Desperado. He's the bartender. The bartender never gets killed. I'm the gardener. Gardener never gets killed. I don't know. Oh yeah, the option. Sorry, Tom Tom. So we're fighting against this thing that is trying to kill this gardener, so that we can get the help of the gardener. And as we travel, we are in this ridiculous, like, not very impressive ship. And so the question is, we're against this craft that has a sleek white cutter bristling with lasers. So will we fire a salvo into her starboard side, which is $vote space 1, or will we steam at full speed across her bow? And across her bow does not mean into the ship, by the way. Across means like head ahead of her and then fire at the other side rather than firing into the side we're looking at. So that's basically it. So $vote space 1 is fire a salvo into her starboard side. $vote space 2 is get to the other side and fire from there, essentially. All right, so we're tied right now. $vote space 1 is fire a salvo into her starboard side. $vote space 2, steam at full speed across her bow and fire from that other side. Sorry, sadly, Dark Steel. Let me try that again. Sadly, Dark Steel, there is no parlay option. No. Perhaps we can talk this over. Do you know a gardener? What kind of is like the evil gardener? You know, that does not exist as an option. So.
No.
We shoot first and ask questions never. Yeah, that's pretty much, you know, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna last call this. All right. Going once. That's true. If we fly across the bow. Well, and also we're on a lake in this one, Tom Tom. So we're actually on the water right here. So going once, going twice. Yeah, this is all very upbeat music. You're right, Tari. It's all like doot doot fighting a guy. Okay. Right. So we are going to cut across the bow. All right. Passing before her bow, you fire the lasers at the wheelhouse. A direct hit results. Smoke billows and molten metal flies in all directions. Moggs, screaming with rage, appears on deck to leap behind a twin-barreled laser. All right, we hit him. So, here is the actual battle. Moggs. Cutter. And that is, let's see. Lasers 2. Moggs, Cutter, Lasers 2. All right, his skill is 9, and his shields are 10. Okay, our lasers, our old barge. which should be the name of a
Our
song.
lasers.
Our barge. Okay.
barge.
Lasers 3. Nope, not 2, 3. And our skill we'll come to in a minute. Our shields are 7.
Do not count to just 2, but also be sure to not count to 4 or even 5. 3 is the number you should pay to, count to.
1, 2, 5. Teresa, 3. Okay. Let's see. So the rating is 9. Our rating is 6? Really? Okay, well, let's figure out what ship combat is because I actually don't remember. It's a little bit different than regular combat. Okay. Fighting. Not personal combat. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, right. So, okay, so we have a rating of 6, and he has a rating of 9. It's a little troubling that he has a rating of 9, but anyway. Okay, now the good news is that we're working off of our ship stamina, not our stamina, because otherwise we'd have some trouble. But the idea is that we're going to be rolling a die for him first. If it's less than or equal to the number of lasers on his weapon, which is only 2, then he scored a hit. And then we retaliate, and we need to get a 3 or less. And we can deduct 2 shields from there. And if we win this, we're actually going to get our rating up a score, which is 1, 2. It's laser battle time. That's exactly right. On a lake, you always meet twice. We can always sink. The enemy doesn't expect that. Well, that may happen. Tari, Imaginary Exponent asks, are you correct? Is he correct assuming you are using Wacom device for your drawing? And what editor do you use?
Okay, yeah, I'm using a Wacom Cintiq number, 12 or 16? 1 second, I have the box somewhere. Or did I put it in the attic? I don't know. Okay, I don't know which size. Either 12 or 16. Probably 12. 10? Could it be 10? I don't know. It doesn't say anywhere. But yeah, and for drawing itself, I use Paint Tool Side 2. So yeah.
Okay, there you go. Answers given, Imaginary. See, that's how that works.
By the way, you don't need to invest in a tablet this expensive to get into drawing. Like, this thing is really, really expensive. No, it's fine. You can get by with a cheaper tablet. This is like something that you might want if you intend to, like, get into professional arts.
Yeah, if you're like a gifted professional artist at the level of TariToons,
yes,
for example.
sure.
Like that's how that works. Okay, so chat, we need someone to roll for us. I'm going to roll first, which means I'm rolling a 1d6. I have rolled a 4, which means I've missed. What a shame. We need someone to roll a die, and for us, all we're doing is we're going to be rolling. We're going to be rolling a 1d6 in the chat, and we're trying to get a 3 or less. That's all we have to do. And hey, MST. So there we go. So the question is, Echo has got a 1d6, rolled a 1. Outstanding. Zap. Okay, there we go. I love it. I love everything I see. 5, I missed again. All right, Echo, let's try this again. Gonna beat this guy in a crappy thing. Okay, he missed with a 6. He rolls a 6. He misses again. You had Siggy have a blood resurface. That time he rolled a 1. Outstanding. So good job, Echo. So he's down to 6. We have 7. He has 6. He missed again. All right, Echo, go ahead and roll again.
You almost sounded like one of those like auctioneer things. And
roll it again. Shields with the thing with the shields. Yeah, exactly. Okay, he rolled a 6, so Echo rolled a 6. He missed. This time they do hit us, so we're down to 5 shields. Okay, go ahead, Echo. Go ahead and roll again, and let's aim to get 3 or less, 3 or fewer, I should say. 3 or fewer.
Ah, yes, Mr. Literature Professor.
Yep.
What are we doing today?
Not fewer, not less. Okay, let's skip past this terrible commercial. Right. Okay, there we go. Great. He had to make some presentations. Being able to draw like with pen on paper would help a lot. Remembered your Atari's seemingly effortless painting and thought I'd ask. Oh, you rolled a 6 again. I see. Oh man, he hit again. Oh no. All right, Echo, it's up to you.
You've been hit by. You've been struck by
A Mog's
smooth
cutter ship.
kraken.
Mog's cutter ship. Wow. Okay. Go ahead and roll again there, Echo. Oh, wait. You rolled a 6 again? You rolled 3 6s in a row? Oh, no. You rolled another 1. We've got to roll low. I blame Diablo. Yeah. It's because the dice are not configured to this.
Of course.
He rolled a 1. Okay. Okay, he missed. So we have a chance here. All right, Echo, go ahead and roll again. That's like the 4th 6 you've rolled in this combat, Echo. Fortunately, I missed again. All right, go ahead and roll again, Echo. He still missed. He's rolled nothing but, it's true, 1 or 6. It has been very much all or nothing. It's true. It is true. Oh my God, he rolled a 6 again! What the frick? What the heck? Okay, we're destroyed.
Very language. Saying frick and heck. Right back to back.
Right back to back. I thought that we were going to get this. Man. All right. 5 6s. Unbelievable. All right, well, we're going to try again because the only thing we would do is we would again be getting on the ship and we would again do the thing that actually does more damage. So we might as well just start at the same place. So I'm going to start. I miss, so go ahead and keep rolling. No, I don't think so. I don't think so because you rolled a 1, so it is possible. And you're doing it. It's the right format. I can see the format you're doing, so you just need to get good, son. That's all. Or I guess in this case, it's get bad.
I love the power glove. It's so bad.
Oh my God. MST is laughing at my lousy. Yeah, you were laughing at MST's roll. See? Instant karma's going to get you. All right, so we're starting again because the same thing. Wait a minute. Another 6? Okay, he missed again. Go ahead and roll again. I know, secretly quickly programming. Let's see. No, you rolled a 2. All right. You rolled a 2, which means it got hit. He rolled a 5. He missed. Finally. Because the bot was like, oh, he's onto us. Quick, make it regular. Okay, this time you rolled a 5. Okay, so that doesn't hit, but at least we know. Okay, he rolled the 6. So he
figured out
missed.
how anti-AI we are, so you know.
Yeah, exactly. I've been watching too much Person of Interest lately, so I...
What's person of interest?
Oh, it's really great. It's a show that aired on CBS from 2011 till 2015, and the premise is that there's a guy who's a CIA agent who left the agency because they screwed him over and all this stuff, and so but he's hired by this reclusive, very unusual, like incredibly wealthy guy who's an incredible computer programmer, and the reason is that the guy built a machine. Which basically after 9/11 was designed to let the government...
Wait a second.
What?
You were just describing the plot of Metal Gear Solid 1.
Huh? Oh.
Except for replaces what was it? CIA with U.S. military, and you got it.
You got the same thing. Yeah. Well, I can see it.
Sort of, yeah.
I can see it. But the machine is like basically has the entire America under surveillance. But the deal is that
Nexus.
That's right. But the deal is that it spits out things that are both relevant and non-relevant. And relevant is about like terrorist attacks, and non-relevant is still a bunch of people that are going to be either like that are going to be involved in some massive like terrible homicide or something like that. And so the guy hires this guy to basically get to those people because the machine spits out the social security numbers of these people. And that allows you to get to them in time, except that they never know if the number is referring to a person who is the perpetrator or the victim of this. So that's why Person of Interest. It's really great. It has Michael Emerson, who's in Lost and is in Fallout, plays Finch, who's the reclusive billionaire guy. And then Jim Caviezel plays the kind of the CIA agent. It's just great chemistry between them, and it's one of those shows that is aged staggeringly well because it's like it makes assumptions about artificial intelligence and all this stuff. Like I'm just about done with the first season. It's been really, really awesome.
Nice.
Okay, we're back on 6s again. All right, well, this time he rolled a 2, so he did hit this time. It's basically Minority Report, but more realistic. Yeah, I'd say that's right.
I have not seen Minority Report.
It's like a lot of Okay, so he missed. We didn't. Or my Moggs hit. We missed, unfortunately. Go ahead and roll again, Echo. So yeah, Minority Report is like a lot of good stuff that hits. Like a lot of Philip K. Dick stuff. On screen, it ends up somehow coming across sometimes as a little more goofy. Like they got away with that a little bit with Blade Runner because they went away from Android's Dream of Electric Sheep a bit, in more than a bit, and by doing it, another 6 for Echo. By doing that, they put themselves in a spot where they could make the movie sort of last on its own terms. But a lot of other Philip K. Dick's other work, some of it's been great, like The Man in the High Castle and things like that was made into a show with Amazon Prime or whatever. But a lot of them sort of come out as goofy because I think directors don't totally understand what Dick is getting at. Like it's a little more... It always reads as sort of silly or goofy sometimes. Like in Minority Report, the movie, there's a sequence where like this one guy is like chasing his cybernetic eyeballs down a hallway. It's just weird. Instead of being something which is like, you know, like a legitimate, actual, straight-ahead sci-fi thing. So the movie stars Tom Cruise. It's still interesting, and obviously Dick's original work is good, but it feels a lot more goofy than something like this. That's right. Jonathan Nolan was the one who actually created Person of Interest, Christopher Nolan's brother, and it was J.J. Abrams who produced the show. Which is also, I think, how Michael Emerson got in it because of the whole Lost stuff. So, very interesting, though. I really, really liked it. But it's also my jam. Like, you know, espionage, lonely figure, working against an organization. Like, I might have something connected to certain works that I may have written in the not too distant past. Okay, you rolled a 3. That hits. Yeah, that's what I heard, Triffid. I have the season finale I have to watch, and that'll be the end of season 1. So yeah, I've heard that it just gets better and better. Okay, so we're down to 2 on this thing, and he missed again. All right, Echo, if you hit this time, nope, another one of those 6s. That's a miss.
Oh, 1 second. Who was it earlier who asked about my drawing equipment?
Imaginary exponent. Oh no, a 5.
Imaginary, if you are listening right now, if you want to pick a drawing program, don't pick the one that I'm using. I'm just using Paint Tool Sci because that's what I'm used to. There are better programs out there. I'm just too lazy to learn a new one.
I see.
So, for example, Clip Studio Paint, everybody recommends. That's an option.
I see.
Or Krita if you want something for free. Yeah.
That's good info. Take it kind of like your MST. Roll one more time here, Echo. Did he miss again? You know, you say that, Tom, but I have to say, the Mission Impossible one that is like, oh God, not Skyfall. It's the one that's like, Ghost Protocol, I think. I thought was actually pretty good. Yes, Echo hit. Zap. The Moggs cutter goes down, and we get to recharge everything. Good job, Echo. Way to go. We got him this time. With heels smoking.
Got him.
Ooh, we got an illustration from it too. I will show that illustration. Brad Bird directed that, Incredibles. Okay. I thought Ghost Protocol was good, MST, yeah. And also it's got Simon Pegg in it, which is always a good thing.
Ooh, sweet.
Yep, he plays like the tech genius, you know, basically like the cute character. Let's see. I don't want to see anything related to Elon Musk, please. Okay.
Nobody does.
Yeah, nobody ever wants to see that fascist piece of crap. Okay. Right. So, what was I doing? I was going to show the illustration before we get to Tari's far superior illustration. Okay, let's see. Oh, I need to put in Fighting Fantasy or I get a whole lot of pictures of God. Skylord illustration. They're like, you mean this? I'm like, well, no, that wasn't exactly.
Oh, right, because probably of the Skyfather theory.
Yeah. Actually, it
Yeah.
mentions underneath one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay.
So for you, those of you who are unfamiliar with that, I'm going to do one of my history nerding bits now.
You do that while I show them the
Yeah.
the picture of the guy of what happens.
So basically, from various linguistic, archaeological, blah standpoints, historians have deducted that there must have been a proto-religion where a figure that can be described as the Skyfather has been worshipped among other deities, who is what a lot of like modern Indo-European deities are. What do you call it? Like based on?
Yeah.
Basically, derived from. That's what I mean. Like for example, if you look at like various European languages, that like first of all in Latin, Deus means God. Then you have Dionysos in Greek, which also like Tyr in Old Norse, and various other figures who all have the same etymological root, which means something like sky father, you know. So that's where that whole concept comes from, with like the sky father and like a bunch of other things. But like the linguistic one is the main one.
It's
So
very
people
cool.
have been like speculating what this proto-religion could have looked like.
That's very cool. Yes, and I imagine that, and yes, I imagine that's exactly what they were thinking about here. Oh my God, this illustration that Tar's making is awesome. Okay, so anyway, so this is the Mog being blown off the deck with heels smoking. Yeah, the Mog's bounds across the deck into the lake. Its ship, now defunct and glowing a curious shade of rose, bursts into tiny embers. Triumph! Steering back to shore, you are greeted by the jovial Sam. Superb! Wonderful! He cries. Words cannot express my relief. I did not really believe you would. I hadn't expected your return quite so soon. And now, as a token of my appreciation, I give you a great treasure, a fabulous power jewel. From a leather pouch, he produces a milky crystal wrapped in silk. Take care. Examine it at arm's length and squint, or its rays may damage your eyes. Bidding you farewell, Sam hastily disappears into the reeds. What a strange creature. And what a strange jewel, you think. It looks just like a piece of common rock salt. Curiosity getting the better of you, you draw it closer and closer. Now you taste it. It is rock salt. Add this to your adventure sheet. Leaving the gardens, you storm angrily away back towards the northeast.
Wait,
Plot
so we got
twist.
a block of salt from this?
Yeah, we got a rock salt. Yeah.
Well, maybe we meet a horse that we can, befriend with
Absolutely. No, I think there's all kinds of possibilities,
Or
and that this
cow.
isn't at all going to be a red herring. I can't imagine. All right. Well, regardless of that, we did manage to move on here. So, and I'm actually going to put a save point there because I don't want to go through that fight again.
this. I
Okay.
meant to say something just now, and I forgot. Damn it.
Good.
Never mind.
The patch on the ship. Oh, yeah, I know. I love that Tom also. You press on for miles, passing beneath
Oh!
arches. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So the guy was a gardener, and his name was Sam.
Yes. You see
Like-
any issues with that? Perhaps he was interested in another gardener's friend called Tulip, right? And he always wanted to get married to Tulip. And,
Yes.
you know,
Tulip. That was her name,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. He had a really good friend,
Uh-huh.
Bozo. Bozo.
Friend.
His name is Bozo.
Bozo.
Bozo Zaggins.
Bozo Saggins. Yes, that was his name.
Uh,
Bungo Bibbins.
Bungo Bibbins. The house will salivate for your salary of salt. Ooh, I like it, Triffin. Okay. You press on for miles, passing beneath arches of streaked marble and swirling agate, beyond houses, shrines, and conservatories silent for over 300 years. The Dome of Marvels is still several leagues to your west when the lantern's hues change to maroon, cobalt, and tired gray. High above, the first of many tiny lamplights flicker and sparkle into life, specks of brilliant white and gold shining like stars. It is evening. At this time, you see a mile or so ahead the glow of a small handheld lantern swaying gently back and forth. Its owner, a tall, lean, sinister figure, appears to be swaggering slowly towards you. Will you await his arrival, or, hiding in a nearby shrine, allow him to pass? All right, chat. $ vote space 1 means you await the arrival of this tall, lean, sinister figure. $ vote space 2 means we allow him to pass. What say you? Please get your votes in. And let's decide if we're going to meet this guy. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Doom ba 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 doom boom boom. Doom 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 doo 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 doom doom doom. Boop 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 boop. Doo 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 doo. All right, we got the votes coming in. All right, it looks like we have people waiting to not let the shrine go past. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's grab it to allow these people to pass. They're through. Got the whole name through. Okay, so last call. Last call. Oh, last call. Gonna let him pass with last call. Okay. Okay. All right. We are going to wait in the shrine. All right. Shrine time it is, chat. As determined by chat. So here we go. Passing a large tablet printed with incomprehensible letters of red and yellow, you enter what you believe to be a small shrine. Within, on a low brass pedestal, is an obsidian sculpture, an obsidian sculpture 6 feet high, fashioned like a raindrop. The front of the shrine is open to view from the causeway, and so, as the lantern-bearing figure approaches, you leap behind the sculpture, pressing yourself against it. This action is disastrous. As you touch the stone, it liquefies and splashes to the floor like cold water. In its place, standing upon the pedestal, is a hideous ruby-colored creature that looks like this. Rah. Rah. That's what it looks like. Rah.
A horse! And we have a salt block! Gregory!
I know, right? Well, this is what I want to...
called it! I fucking called it.
I know, but I don't actually think you get to use it because it says it's a hideous ruby-colored creature. It's the venom horse, yeah, with a horse-like head, 2 legs, and no arms. It is wrapped in light gray pajamas, embellished with darker gray arrows. Light gray pajamas. Upon its head is a
light gray pajamas. Outstanding.
well, but what? Upon its head is a floppy, peaked cap of similar material.
What?
Leering at you, it rants, "Free, free after 400 years. Such harsh treatment for a few petty killings and some harmless debauchery. They'll rue the day they locked fearless Fog Farkin away." Nay.
What's Fog Farkin? What is happening?
Fog Farkin, exactly. I'll tell you what's happening. A lot of cannabis. A lot of cannabis. You recall the name, a tyrannical galactic gangster of yesteryear, sentenced to 1,000 years imprisonment for countless robberies and brutal slayings, and you have released them. So we've basically released General Zod, is what I'm hearing here. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, but no, his persona.
His persona. That's right. That's really the main part of him that you need to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No reason to horse around. Just going to have to pony up the cash. Okay. Fog Farkin comes from a rare breed of monsters called Chogs. Although lacking arms, Chogs are very agile and, you recall, have a deadly natural weapon. Like lightning, a flabby, leaf-like tongue powers from Farkin's larynx and glues itself to your face. "Ah! It's smothering you. You begin the following combat with the 10 oxygen supply points you see shown on your adventure sheet. You will use up some of these during your fight. If you use up all of them, then you have been suffocated and your adventure is over."
Can you give me a description of the guy again?
Yes, I will do that in just a second. Before I do so, we should switch to another soundtrack because it switched to Ultima Underworld, which, while great, I don't think is quite what we're looking for. Let's switch to, all right, we're going to switch to Phantasy Star 4, and I'm going to put the link in Zoom for you. Okay. Exactly, Echo. It's kind of my reaction also. Right, okay, so here we go. You asked for a description, and I'm here to give you that description right now. Okay. Fog, blah, 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 fog. Oh, wait, no, I lost his... Hold on, I gotta go back to his page. There we go. Okay. A hideous ruby-colored creature with a horse-like head, 2 legs, and no arms. It is wrapped in light gray pajamas, embellished with darker gray arrows, and upon its head is a floppy, peaked cap of similar material.
Peaked cap? Like a wizard hat?
No, I think more like a Robin Hood cap. Yeah.
That is
I think it's like somehow. A prison outfit is kind of what it's supposed to be, but it's sort of weird. But I think that's what it's supposed to be. What did I do? What did I do? Why am I getting glared at? Oh, are you talking about my awesome puns? Listen, Echo, are you asking... There's no need to ask me to rein in my impulses. I got to saddle up sometimes and get these things done. It spurs me to even greater heights, and I think that... all things being equine, I think that it's a reasonable thing to go. Right, okay. So we are going to battle this guy. So we have 10 oxygen points, I believe is what it says. 10 oxygen. But we're going to lose some during this time. So 10 oxygen.
I feel this guy could be friends with Agnes, one of my characters from my webcomic.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you would expect.
She also has the horse of the head of a horse, only 2 legs and no arms.
Really?
She does have a pair of wings instead, but.
Are you sure that she's not a criminal?
She's definitely a criminal.
Definitely. Oh well, then yeah,
that's
could very well be.
incidental.
Okay,
incidental.
that's minor compared to what. Okay, so we have 3 choices, chat. Again, should we use our strength to break free? Should we grope for our laser pistol? laser pistol. Or should we neck chop Fog Farkin? And that's the da-da, the Star Trek, you know. All right, chat, what's it going to be? $ vote space 1 means we use our strength to break free. $ vote space 2 means we grope for our laser pistol. $ vote space 3 means we neck chop Fog Farkin.
Yeah.
Da-da. The great thing about the neck chop was that it instantaneously worked. You hit the guy in the arm, which for some reason causes his neck to go this way. Then you hit him here, and that instantaneously makes him unconscious. Always works. All right, chat. So what's it going to be? Will we use our strength to break free from this guy who's trying to smother us? That's $ vote space 1. Grope for our laser pistol, $ vote space 2. Or neck chop Fog Farkin, $ vote space 3. We also have to do that as a called shot, like in pool. So, you know, in pool, they're like 8-ball corner pocket. For this one, you have to call out neck chop, and then you neck chop. That's how that works. Okay. We do it Rambo style. Okay. So far, we're tied between use our strength to break free and neck chop Fog Farkin. I'm going to last call this. But we're going to have to get the vote. Do we use our strength to break free or do we neck chop? We have to say when we do that. All right, we're going to need somebody either to change their vote or to add in their vote. All right, we're going to neck chop. Triffid has decided to neck chop. Going once. Going twice. All right, neck chop it is. Okay. Reduce your oxygen supply by 2 points. Your chop stuns Farkin, but he maintains his smothering hold. But it did stun him, so that was a good start. So now the question is, what's that?
Stunning.
Stunning, yeah, that it worked.
Yes.
Do we neck chop again? Do we try a bear hug? A bear hug? A bear hug? Or do we knee kick Fog Farkin?
You should give him the salt block.
Or, yeah, do we throw the rock salt in his face? And he's like, my one weakness, and he immediately starts eating it.
Just slurp.
And makes himself vulnerable. Okay, $ vote space 1 is neck chop again. $ vote space 2, try bear hug. $ vote space 3, you know the knee kick, the classic.
The knee kick, the classic. I'm not sure I do know.
It's like, have you seen Winter Soldier?
Well, yeah, I was asleep for most of it.
What? That movie's great. What are you talking about?
It's the worst.
Oh,
of
no,
them.
it's not. It's the
Yes,
best of
it
them.
is.
Totally disagree.
No.
It's one of the best of them. Totally disagree. Awesome. Anyway, there's a sequence where he's battling the Winter Soldier on the highway. And at one point, he, like, spins around, kicks him into the van, and then he, like, runs up and just brings the knee up into his groin, basically up into his stomach / chest. It should have basically knocked the wind out of him, but because it's Super Soldier, Winter Soldier guy, it doesn't work. But anyway, oh god, that fight's so good. And like the freaking knife flip from the Winter Soldier halfway through it. Oh man, so good. Are you kidding me, Tari? That elevator fight is phenomenal. Like, what?
I don't like action movies that much.
Oh.
I love
Before we
movies
begin.
with like good.
But what
like,
about the
with
line?
jokes
Before we begin,
and-
does anyone want to get off? and then just battles them and then freaking takes down a plane. I mean, oh, man.
Doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, yeah, if you don't like action movies, the Avengers movies are not going to be, top of list anyway, but...
No. I'm also apparently the only person who likes the Taika Waititi Thor movies because they're comedies.
I've heard a lot of people who like those.
Hates them.
No, I heard a lot of people like those.
Everybody says that they hate them.
No,
like,
I didn't.
So
I didn't.
Stupid.
I didn't love it, but
jokes.
I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. No, Waititi's great because of his work in The Mandalorian.
Waititi.
Yeah. I just thought that it was a little. It just never stopped. It got a little much after a while. The joking never stopped. But no, I liked it. You need to know these moves in a potential elevator fight. Exactly. You hate them with a passion. Well, it's okay, Echo. It's all right to be wrong about some things. No, I'm just kidding. You can believe whatever you like. Obviously, both of you can decide whatever you like. I think Winter Soldier is great. Relative to the rest of the Avengers movies. I think there's good moments in Age of Ultron. The movie as a whole isn't amazing, but there's good moments. I don't love them. They're not my favorite things in the world, but I think they're entertaining, and I think Winter Soldier is the best of those, in my opinion. Oh, Winter Soldier is amazeballs. Wait, what? I thought you said you hated them.
No, the ones that I mentioned, the Taika Waititi Thor movies.
Oh, you hate the Thor movies. Okay.
I'm also apparently the only one who thinks the first Thor movie is fucking garbage. Like, absolutely awful movie.
But what's so funny is that whenever you say that, what your opinion is what I hear is the majority opinion, but I actually liked the first Thor movie. But you got to remember, I'm all about the Shakespeare all the time. So, like, Anthony Hopkins, Kenneth Branagh directing it, sign me up. Like, it's
waste of a good actor.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What about freaking Idris Elba as Heimdall? You got to be kidding me. You don't think that's an amazing character?
He didn't do anything.
But he's awesome,
he just
though.
There. Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
But I think Chris Hemsworth is incredibly underrated as a comedic actor.
That's true. I agree with that.
Completely underutilized as that.
I do agree with that. Hey, Nonstop. I have not seen Love and Thunder. I don't know that one. I don't know about. I mean, I know about it. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, and also that movie has Chris Hemsworth butt naked in it, so automatically best movie.
Oh boy. Yeah, I understand.
And this is, empirically, objectively correct in every way, shape, or form.
I just looked over to look at the ride.
Oh, you haven't been paying attention.
I haven't paid attention until just now. I looked over and I saw the Robin. Hello. I just can't even. What is that? It's awesome.
That's the Ruby Monster.
Oh, God. That is so funny.
Thank you.
Oh, my gosh. That's tremendous. Okay. Right. So, you reduce your oxygen supply by 2 points when we knee kick him, but Farkin topples to the ground with you falling on top. Now at some advantage. Aha, we have an advantage, chat. We can try a headlock now that he's on the ground. Will we try to punch him in the eye? Take him in the eye. Ha! Or will we hit him with the pommel of our laser sword? All right, what's it going to be, chat? Hey, friend, got a light? Try a headlock, try to punch him in the eye, or hit him with the pommel of our laser sword. Why with the pommel? I don't know. That's an excellent question. I guess because...
It's dull. It hurts more.
Yeah, exactly. Because more pain, I guess. Let's see.
I think it's about knocking him out rather than just hurting him.
Yeah, I guess. Or like a setting. Well, the thing is, we're trying to get him to release his grip, and then we're probably taking him on from there. So maybe the idea is we can't. Oh, because he's still attached to our mouth, so we can't just laser sword him because we'll tear off our own face. Which, maybe the time has come for Skylord Jang Mistral to not have a face. I mean, maybe that's what it is. And
less work of me for me to draw.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have a face. You know?
Tari's got me convinced. Wait a minute. Tari is too busy putting together Doom Goat over there. Like, I don't know if you really want to pay attention to Tari's suggestions on this one.
What? My suggestions are always great. As one of my friends said earlier on Discord today. Wait, let me
They're always great.
try
Man.
and find that comment. Okay. Well, we learned 2 things today. Dino Kairos is closer to an anteater than a cockatrice. And second, I should learn to be silent and let Tari speak. So,
All right.
yes. And yes, we were talking about dinosaurs.
He has no harms. How is he attached to us? Because he from his mouth, he shot out something from his larynx that's attached to us. It's like face hugger, but from his throat. Yeah, it's very, very bad. Also, it looks like he's wearing a sweater. Like, it seems like he should be doing beat poetry.
Wait, he's wearing a pajama!
I know, but he's got the turtleneck, though, so it looks like he's just like...
Oh, that's just the thing I do with everybody in this...
He's like, I'm a...
Fine, I'm giving him a V-neck and make it even worse.
Here. No. I sit here as a horse. I know that I can be, of course, a square of sugar. Feel the beat. And now look at my silly feet. Thank you. That's what
outstanding. You are a great freestyler.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. So we're going to hit him with the pommel of our laser sword. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, we are going to close that. We hit him with the pommel of our laser sword. Reduce your oxygen supply by 2 points. Farkin croaks as you thump him with your weapon. His grip is loosening. Aha! His grip is loosening. All right, chat. So, do we try a bear hug? That's $vote space 1. I still don't understand why we would bear hug someone that's got his throat wrapped around our mouth. I don't get it. Or do we headbutt Fog Farkin? So, $vote space 1 means we try a bear hug. $vote space 2 means we headbutt Fog Farkin in accordance with the prophecy.
As it was foretold.
Yep. Headbutt. Can you? I know it says gray, but can you please give him a slogan on his turtleneck sweater?
He doesn't have a turtleneck anymore. Now he has a V-neck.
Like, say, like, falsely accused or something.
Falsely accused. That's a lot of letters.
Probably doesn't fit. Or like the A-Team. They were accused of a crime they just didn't commit. So, or or something. Pony as I want to be. I don't know. Or naysayer, naysayer, NEIGH dash sayer. Yeah, let's go, naysayer.
Greg, your dad is showing.
Yeah, let's go. You love it. Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
1 is not headbutt. Yes. That's right. How are we going to bear hug him, though? Like, he's already, like, destroying our face. Like, why would... I don't understand. 1 is bear hug, yeah. But I don't understand what... We got to go after his face. His face. Like, this is the thing, Tom. His face is the biggest target. Look at that face. He also almost looks like some kind of like 70s Cockney gang member, Tari, with the hat. He's like, yo, you got something for mate. You know what I mean? Like, he's got this like, oh my God. It's so great. I assume he has like, if he had any arms, he would have an anchor tattoo on his shoulder.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh man. It was.
I
think it was.
Second,
it was his
the doorbell
expression.
just rang.
Okay, sure. All right, chat. We're gonna do. I know it's a Robin Hood cap. I know. It's just very funny. Okay, so Farkin's sticky tongue releases you. Yeah, let's go. Gasping for breath, you turn on your laser sword and attack the evil gangster. Now, the bad news is we have very low stamina. The good news is that he does not have a lot of stamina, and we have better skill than he does. Because we have skill of 11, and he has got skill of 9. And he also only has stamina of 6. So here we go. It's a very weird fight. I totally agree. All right, so we're going to roll 2d6 plus 9. All right, so he starts with rolling a 15. So Echo, since you started, could you please do $ roll space 2d6 and then plus 11 is what we want. Oh my God,
Back,
yes.
By the way.
Okay, welcome back. Everything okay? Everything fine?
Yeah, no. I just heard the doorbell going. Was like, wait, did my boyfriend just order food without asking me what I want? But no, it was just a package.
Oh, okay. Inside the package
alarm.
is food ordered by your
Yeah,
boyfriend.
probably.
15. Okay, so he rolled a 15. So now it's up to Fog Farkin. Fog Farkin rolled a 15. So Echo, if you would. Again, we're doing that same thing. Second verse, same as the first. Rolls a 15. Wow, okay, so tie. This one he rolls a 12. So all you have to do is roll, so again, that 2d6 plus 11. Rolls a 16. Excellent. He's down to 2 stamina. Okay, he rolls another 12. This guy obviously was affected by our multiple neck chop head. Yeah, let's go. Down goes Suck Farkin. No, I just said that. Fog Farkin. We won! Took down that horse. You search Fog's body and find a steel file. Okay. That could maybe be useful. Turning, you notice the lantern figure observing you from the causeway. He had been watching your life and death tussle without once offering assistance. That bastard. He appears to shrink considerably and grow wider in the girth. What you mistook for a tall, dark, sinister figure was only this man's shadow cast by his lantern's light. Now looking up at you is a dumpy old man with thick pursed lips, drooping eyelids, and a balding pate. Like yourself, he has 4 arms, which are wrapped snugly into the folds of a voluminous green habit. His footsteps are cushioned by his fluffy orange moccasins. "Hail, stranger, and welcome," he exalts, raising a pudgy hand. Nary says, quote, "Nobody tell her that I actually do have food now." Oh, wait, I didn't see the nobody tell her.
Ashley!
Hail, stranger, and welcome. All is fine. A most enchanting evening is before us, is it not? But I see you are weary. You have had many struggles, yes? He peers a little closer. I have a special remedy to cure all your troubles. Yes, indeed. Please join me for refreshment. My home is not far away. All right. So we agree to go with him. Oh, my God. He looks so 70s Cockney gang with a Robin Hood hat and a sweater. I love it. I love the checkered pants.
Well, I also wear checkered gray pajama pants right now, so I figured, a bit of a partner look here.
I love everything about this character. It's absolutely amazing. The old man leads you on. He is Marsatu, an Insolverian by assemblage, he says, and a trader by repute. Pondering the meaning of his words, you climb a ramp and, skirting a terrace, arrive at the entrance to his hovering mansion. Marsatu rings a chime, and after a pause, the door is opened by an absurd trout-headed footman dressed in a scarlet tunic. Marsatu introduces him to you. "This is Bach, my servant." "Bach?" I'm so urged to be like, "Bach? Bach, we will be having a distinguished visitor for supper. Fetch our best porcelain tankards and warm the mead." Bach scuttles off while Marsatu leads you via a maze of oak-paneled passages to a roomy octagonal parlor. Here, you make polite conversation until Bach returns, carrying 2 large bowls filled with green liquid and blue liquid. Marsatu gestures vaguely to you, but as you start to take a sip, which is putrid, your host bursts into fits of laughter. "No, no," Marsatu says at last. "That is foot ointment."
Ugh.
Ugh. Now understanding, you remove your boots and place your feet in the soothing liquid. Marsatu does likewise with the green liquid, while Bach serves you both a tankard of hot, spicy mead, which tastes delightful. Restore 4 stamina points. Let's go!
Nice.
All right. After refilling and draining your mug several more times, you roll to the floor, beaming a foolish
with
grin.
foot ointment.
That's delicious foot ointment. No, I think that's different. With paralysis creeping on, you close your eyes and drift into a jolly dream while the night outside passes slowly and quietly. Okay. You awaken with blurred eyes and a rather difficult headache. You're alone, and after a short wait, you go in search of your guests. 1 second here. Sorry, I got lost in the number, and I'm not trying to find my spot. Wait a second.
Lost in the sauce.
Wait a second.
Lost in the foot ointment.
Lost in the foot ointment, exactly.
Now I'm hungry. God damn it. Till when are we going today?
Only another half hour.
Okay.
Because then I have to go get ready for this committee meeting.
Yes.
You have one more that you can do, perhaps?
No, it was about if I need to get a snack before I continue.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, give me 1 second, chat. I'm a little confused about what the notes are here.
Wait, so we are still not
There we go.
finishing this book today?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's so
dude,
close. I know.
Like, I've enjoyed this book, but like, it's
I know.
dragging a little.
I'm with
I
you.
would rather finish up.
I agree. All right. Let's see if we can make that happen. Okay. Right. You find your way eventually to the main entrance of the mansion and out onto the terraces surrounding it. Not far away stand Marsatu and Bach. Marsatu appears to be giving the servant some instructions. What a pity you cannot lip read. After a minute, Marsatu turns to you, while Bach, having received a pat from his master, trots away northeastward along the causeway. Begins Marsatu. Last night you began to tell me about your mission. This you do not recall. Well, I'll help you right enough. Just follow me. You are led back through the manor's passages to a room with a huge old-fashioned fireplace. Above this, on a broad mantelpiece, is a pewter figurine to which Marsatu now draws your attention. Behold, he cries, twisting a curiously wrought golden key into the figurine's single eye socket. The entire fireplace swivels aside to reveal, upon a recessed shelf behind, 7 small crystalline globes. Each sphere is transparent and contains a tiny object. Choose 2, says Marsatu. You may choose any 2 from the following list and add them to your adventure sheet. So the way we're going to do this is I'm going to write these down, and then you're going to do a multi-vote, and the ones that get the most votes, the 2 most votes, will be the ones that we keep. So there is a drill helmet, some battle armor, an infrared sensor helmet, an audio amplifying headset, jet boots, a metal hound,
Okay.
and power gauntlets. All right, so we're going to have this as a multi-vote. So you can vote for 2 of these items, chat. 2 of these items. $ vote space 1 for drill helmet, 2 for some battle armor, 3 for an infrared sensor helmet, 4 for audio amplifying headset, 5 for jet boots, 6 for a metal hound, 7 for power gauntlets. Okay. All right. Continue to get your votes in. I see that we're moving towards the right way. Okay, almost. Okay. Okay, right. There we go. Okay, great. All right, last call, last call. Infrared sensor helmet and jet boots look like they're winning right now. Okay, last call, last call. Tari Imaginary wants to know if those are Sergeant Colon and Corporal Knobs.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
All right, there we go, chat. So we are getting an infrared sensor helmet. Red sensor helmet. And jet boots. I'm really glad we got jet boots, just because I think we should always have jet boots. I almost said jet boots. Okay. Good job, chat. All right. So we've done that. And now we're going to this. Okay. A wise choice, comments Marsatu. The spheres are skew-dimensional containers, warping volume as we know it. Break them at the appropriate time to receive your chosen items in full size. Marsatu now leads you to his stables, where two bizarre mechanical contraptions have been saddled. One of these, an emerald green machine resembling an enormous grasshopper, is for your use. The other, no less spectacular, is a gigantic metal turtle with a plush leather seat set high upon its shell. Marsatu sits into it, declaring, "Now we are almost ready to seek the Dome of Marvels and end your mission. The way is tricky, and I will guide you for a while, for a modest fee. Remove all remaining credits from your adventure sheet." Okay.
A modest fee.
I know. This better be worth it. All right. Now
Considering this game so far, probably not.
Probably not. I know, right? Are we on a pacifist run? I know, right, Tom Tom? Now you mount your grasshopper and turn the controls thus and so, and we will be on our way. Obeying Marsatu's commands, you steer your beast to the causeway, while Marsatu follows close behind. Okay. Lead us to this. Several hours later, you approach a high tower overshadowing the causeway. Marsatu explains, "Within the tower is a large circular platform called the Roundabout. I'll be the roundabout." No, I'm not going to do that. It consists of a central disc and 3 rotating rings. If the rings are turned in the proper sequence and thus activated, we can be transported to anywhere on Arok, even to the Dome of Marvels. It's the only way we can reach the dome, but I fear we will encounter some trouble. You see, only one person knows how to operate the rings, and that is Giant Jim Ego. Booms a mighty voice. From the tower, a mighty man storms out, 15 feet tall, with plaited hair and a curly red beard. "And I am he. I've been expecting you both. How fare you, Marsatu? I haven't seen you for some time. I'm afraid the toll's risen again, so I hope you both have large purses and generous dispositions. I've got expensive tastes. Ha 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 ha." Legend has it that the roundabout was built long ago to ensure that Arok's enemies could never reach the defense center. At that time, the roundabout could be controlled only by its maker, a giant who collected a small toll for his work. Before he died, he passed its secrets on to his eldest son, who then became its operator. The tradition has been retained, with control passed from father to son for thousands of years. 300 years ago, when Arak was abandoned, the roundabout's operator decided to remain behind. Now his great-great-grandson, Giant Jim Ego, is in control. But Jim is boisterous and greedy, a thoroughly despicable character. "Well, how much do you have?" yells Jim. Of course, Marsatu took all your credits when he offered to act as your guide. However, as you look at Jim, you believe you might be able to sweet-talk him. All right, so let me talk about what that's like. The sweet-talking part of it. And he says, "Great giant, O most noble Jim," you begin, "indeed you are worthy of a generous fare. No doubt the roundabout can only be operated by yourself, a character of great skills and cleverness of mind." Yep, replies Jim, quite flattered. You go on groveling for some time and eventually charm Jim into providing a free fare. And he says, hold on while I get my echo going again. Not our echo, an echo. "I am generous to a fault. To the Dome of Marvels you may go." Jim instructs Marsatu to join you on the roundabout's central platform. "Now, close your eyes and don't peek, or I'll send you to the Dome of Horrors instead." You both obey the giant's instructions, and you sense the ring spinning. Then you feel a waft of air and a heavy jolt. You risk taking a look around. You have indeed reached the Dome of Marvels. In fact, you're sitting on top of it. Marsatu, squatting beside you, is peering beyond the dome's steeply curving rooftop to the ground, half a mile below. But your two mechanical beasts have not appeared, and you strongly suspect Jim of thievery. Marsatu is certain of Jim's guilt. "Swindled by that gigantic gas bag," he wheezes. "He'll pay for his insolence. I'll have him flayed skinless by a 10-tailed pricklepuss. But first, to our business. Down there," Marsatu points, "is the entrance. I'll meet you down there." Putting on a pair of magnetic boots, Marsatu runs down the sloping sides of the dome. He has left you stranded. How will you get down? Let's see. You examine the spheres Marsatu gave you earlier. Let's see. If you have with you the sphere containing the drill helmet, we don't. The power gauntlets, we don't. Or the jet boots, we do have that. We do have the jet boots. So, let's see. So we could use the jet boots, chat, or we could just try to get down on our own without using that item. So $vote space 1 means we use the jet boots. $vote space 2 means we just try to get down on our own down the side of the dome. So what do you think? $vote space 1, jet boots. $vote space 2, not. Use them or lose them. So the vote is, do you want to use the jet boots to get down off of the roof of the Dome of Marvels, or do you want to try to get down on your own? So $vote space 1 is we use the jet boots. $vote space 2 is we don't. We do not use the jet boots. They might be unreliable pieces of garbage. I mean, who knows? I at this point, I don't even, I mean, I don't know. The fish head one is great.
Thank you. He's trout-headed, it said.
Trout-headed, yes.
Yes.
I like that it's to the side, though, so we can conveniently see his full head, you know. Exactly, Hillness. What's up, man? How are you, Hillness? Good to see you. All right, we're tied up. Tied up. Jet boots or not jet boots? That's good, man. I'm glad. All right, we need someone to add to the vote. $vote space 1 means we use the jet boots. $vote space 2 means we do not use the jet boots to get down to the base of the dome. All right. Going once. To boot or not to boot, exactly. Vote, $ vote space 2. Or sorry, going once, going twice. Okay, we're going to use the jet boots. All right. We're going to use the jet boots. Breaking open the globe, you recover the jet boots and try them on. Then, lighting their fuses, you wait for the spurt of flame to rocket you skywards. Unfortunately, the boots are faulty. One is sluggish and drifts left. The other, though leaking badly, is much faster and pulls right. For a minute, you leap and flip dizzily through the air out of control. Then, when you manage to steer yourself downwards and land beside Marsatu at the dome's entrance, one of your boots explodes. Your legs are badly burned. Deduct a point from your stamina. Marsatu, whose cloak has been singed by the accident, is furious. Look at my robe. It cost me 4 credits and now it's useless. Screaming insults, he beats you repeatedly with a short staff until finally he calms down. The F, man. Maybe if you didn't sell me defective jet boots. Anyway, we're down to the bottom. We got there. Marsatu guides you through the yawning gateway into the Dome of Marvels. You're most disappointed. Apart from a solitary egg-shaped obelisk cemented into the floor, the interior is bare. Of course, explains Marsatu, this was once a fabulous place filled with the wonders of the galaxy. Some of the most famous artists in the universe performed here. It was here that Madame du Braggett, the renowned comedian and political satirist, recited her greatest joke of the universe before Arak's king and high nobility. Unfortunately, the king construed Madame du Braggett's joke as being a slur against himself, and of course you know the rest of the story. It is said that her headless ghost sometimes wanders into the dome laughing hysterically, though why she should do so, or even how for that matter, is beyond me. Marsatu now points toward the obelisk. That is the way to Vault 6 and the Defense Center. Your mission is almost at its end. You both approach the obelisk, but just as you reach it, a large profecta leaps out from behind it. Peekaboo, it muses. We've been expecting you both. It moves towards you, brandishing an electrified whip and scythe. If you have either of them, you may wish to use the sphere containing the metal hound or the battle armor. We do not, but boy do we have some crappy jet boots and an infrared sensor helmet. By the way, I think that we've used up the jet boots now, so I think we can safely get rid of those.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the safely part.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. So we can't use those. The good news, though, is that this guy is not too much of a badass. Marsatu leaps behind you as the Profecta attacks. Okay, now the good news is this guy is not... He's not a match for us. At least, hopefully not. Because we have a skill of 11 and he has a skill of 8. So, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I'm going to do this plus 8. Here we go. Roll. Okay, he starts out with a 15, Echo. These sort of kaboom. What if they work the second time? The jet boots sort of exploded. That's the problem. If we pick up the piece using enough duct tape. Nope. We got to get to the end of the book and fight the bad guy. All right, Echo, if you would be willing to roll 2d6 plus 11 to battle against this Prefecta.
At this point, I'm not so sure the book has an end.
I think it's actually pretty close now. Oh, no, we somehow got hit. Oh, man, a 3. What happened to all your 6s, Echo? All right, there's the 13. Okay. Sorry, Echo. I'm sorry. I was trying to find something and could not do so. Okay, so he is knocked down to 6. Okay, this time he rolls a 17. So now we have 2d6 plus 11. Sorry, Echo. All right, we got hit again. We really need to stop getting hit. Like, very urgently. We need to finish this guy off. All right, good, good, good. I like what I see. I like what I see. 16. Pretty much that's right, imaginary. 19, very good, very good. One more, 16. 17. All right, we defeat the Prefecta, barely. All right, but we did defeat him. Okay, so we have defeated the Prefecta. Your victory is short-lived as the treacherous Marsatu knocks you down with a short club. Ha ha, he scoffs. You fight well for a real, but you're so stupid. He blows into an enormous whistle ring encircling one of his fingers, and 3 more Prefectas appear. I've brought the spy along myself, he informs them. Now, let's go and see Labastin. The Prefectas seize you and take your weapons. Deduct 1 point from your skill. Yes, they laugh. Let's visit Labastin. They touch the obelisk, which wobbles aside, and you are dragged below through a maze of corridors and halls. Tom was right. In one room, Marsatu waves his arms. This was, until recently, the defense center, crammed with complex computer systems. But my creator, Albastin the Genius, decided that it would be safer to move the computers to another location. So you see, your mission was futile from the first. Eventually, you enter a long crystal chamber, at the end of which is a cylindrical tank 8 feet high and 3 feet wide, mounted on 3 rubber wheels. Curling from the tank's base is an enormous ivory horn. Pricking into its sides are half a dozen shiny metal quills. With creeping dread, you recognize the bizarre contraption. It is a Crump's Poseidon tank, a diabolically efficient torture chamber manufactured by the Questions and Answers division of the notorious family enterprise Elmer Crump and Sons. Many varieties of Poseidon tank are in use throughout the multiverses, but the Mark 4P model before you now operates in the following fashion. The intended victim is bound and immersed upside down in the cylinder's oily liquid. He's able to breathe, speak, or scream only through a rubber mouthpiece and hose leading into the ivory horn. Within the oil exist 6 tiny mechanical creatures, Crump's patented tinselfish. Each tinselfish is controlled by one of the metal quills inserted into the tank's side. When the quills are almost out, the fish are inactive and swim lazily around their victim, only occasionally pausing for a nibble. But when the quills are pushed further in, they become furious, tearing mercilessly at their victim with sharp metal teeth. Will your mission enter here? Will you be the tank's next victim? As you near the Poseidon tank, you realize that it's already occupied by a lanky 4-armed humanoid. The Prefectas begin to snicker quietly among themselves as Marsatu recognizes the luckless figure. And actually, the luckless figure looks like this. That's the luckless figure. Albastin, he inquires, what are you doing in there? I thought to find you, as usual, seated upon your throne. From the ivory horn, a dreary voice replies, Marsatu, you idiot. Do you think I'm in here for my pleasure? Of course not. Those hideous monstrosities beside you, yes, the 3 Prefectas, they have imprisoned me in here. Yes, they do know I created them. Bah, they're so ungrateful. If I ever get out of here, I'll... Argh! Leaning forward, one of the Prefectas has pushed a quill further into the tank. Now, LB, chortles as an excited tinselfish busies itself with Albastin's left earlobe. You demean yourself by bickering, this is the Prefecta talking, and your threats don't suit. You know, and soon everyone will find out, that we Prefectas will tolerate nothing less than being treated as lords and masters. And it's only proper that we should be, for we are perfect, are we not? Perfect life forms. I feel wonderful because I am wonderful. We alone are destined to rule the galaxy. With that, the Prefecta launches into a lengthy speech that would have made even giant Jim Ego feel subservient. When it finishes, both Marsatu and yourself are dragged away to a prison cage where you await a grueling interrogation. Ignoring Marsatu's incessant blubbering, you examine your jail. You are imprisoned in a cubic cage, the sides of which are precisely 10 feet long. The bars, although thin and malleable, contain spike hair, a scintillating electroplastic charged to 1,000,000 volts. Touch one and you will be vaporized. The dust of the previous victim has not yet settled. Upon the floor you find a tiny button, half melted and not easily identifiable, but you recall similar buttons being worn by Bach, Marsatu's fish-faced servant. A quarter of an hour later, the warder returns with Elbastan, still entombed within the Poseidon tank. The warder, a broad-faced prefector grinning like a Cheshire cat, turns the power down to a mere 100,000 volts, and with a pair of rubber-coated pliers bends several bars apart. Elbastan is wheeled in. When the bars have been bent back into shape, the warder turns the power up again. You had entered the cell in a similar fashion. The cage has no door. When the warder departs, Marsatu and Elbastan begin to argue. "I'm in a mess now, Elbastu," says Marsatu, "and it's all your fault. You spent all your time designing those stupid prefectas when you could have been cloning hundreds of me. I told you so, but you wouldn't listen. Well, now we're all in this cell and there's no hope. Really?" Elbastan's voice reverberates from the ivory horn. "Yes," it drones, "we're really in it. But what would I want with hundreds of copies of you? You were a disaster from the beginning. I put too much sawdust into your mixture and it's all gone to your head. I should have melted you down along with the other rejects." In a fury, Marsatu pushes in every quill. The tinsel fish go berserk and the oil turns red. Will you help Elbastan or not? So, this is an important vote, chat. $ vote space 1, will you help Elbastan? $ vote space 2, will you not help him?
I don't think we are finishing this today.
It's really, really close. It's really, really, really close.
Well, don't you have like an appointment to get to?
In 13 minutes.
Okay,
we can do it.
Sure.
We can do it.
Sure.
We've got
sure
it. Come on, chat. Get those votes in. Okay, I don't even have to do last call. Everyone is in the same business. We got to help our boy Elbastan. You withdraw the quills just in time and save Elbastan. However, Marsatu is more than a little peeved. "He deserves death and so do you," he screams. With fists flailing, he lunges at you, but you manage to dodge sideways. Marsatu careers into the high electricity bars behind and disappears in a loud vroom. "Yeah! Suck it, Marsatu." Elbastan moans his gratitude. "You've saved me from that oaf, and in happier circumstances I would have rewarded you." You help Elbastan out of the tank and explain your mission to him. "Alas, the defense computers are now beyond your reach," he replies, "even if you were free. But the prefectas can be stopped in another way, which is this." Elbastan explains that at present he's produced only one batch of several hundred prefectas, although another batch is under preparation in his vats in Vault 7. "The first lot are impure. I accidentally split too much of one particular ingredient into their mixture. Although they do not realize it has made them haughty, overbearing, and disloyal. If even more of the same chemical was added to the new batch, I'm sure they would squabble among themselves, probably to our advantage. Unfortunately, I have no more of the chemical left. I sprinkled the last of it on my dinner several days ago." What is the ingredient then, you ask? What is it, Tari? What's the ingredient?
Is it salt?
Impure sodium chloride, Elbastan
Hey.
answers. Common salt. If you have any rock salt. Yes, we do have rock salt. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Sam helped us out. You respond jubilantly, "I have some salt, but how can I administer it? We are still caged in after all." "Not for long," says Elbastan, plunging one arm into the Poseidon tank. With a yank, he pulls loose the rubber mouthpiece and hose. "Here, wrap this round one of your hands," he tells you. When you've done so, he points to the bars where Marsatu was killed. "Observe. Those bars are quite dull and covered with soot. A good insulator. Their power has been much reduced. Now, clench those bars with the rubber hose and bend them outwards. Apprehensively, you touch the bars and bend them out of shape, receiving only a minor shock as you do so. Stepping gingerly through the gap, you turn to help Elbastan out. Let's see. Right. Okay. When you turn towards Elbastan... Actually, no, I'm sorry. You turn to help Elbastan out. At this moment, the warder returns. "Caught you in the act," he shouts, leveling his needle gun. But in a flash, you leap on him, wrestling for the weapon. All right, so, because we're on top of him, he has lower skill. All right, so he's only got a skill of 6. Echo, none of your 2s on this one, all right? We want only top scores. We have a 10 total because we lost 1 skill, but we have the laser rifle. So we have a 10 total. So right now, wait, that's me. Sorry. That's us, rather. All right, so he's going to roll. All right. Right now we have a 14. So you're rolling 2d6 plus 10 on this one. 2d6 plus 10. We're 1 point lower. 17, outstanding. Okay, he rolls a 10. So one again, 2d6 plus 10. All 6s. Yeah, I know, right? 18, excellent. Okay, 16. Woo, 17. All right. 13. Thank goodness. We could literally not afford to take a single hit. But we did not because we got him. You take the warder's needle gun, increase your skill by 1 point. There we go. We're back up to 10 now. When you turn towards Elbastan, you see that he is dying, shot by a stray needle during your struggle. Take the passage left and down the air tube to Vault 7, he directs. There you will find my laboratory and the vats. Add the salt to the mixture. He coughs and whispers faintly. One more thing I'd like you to know. The Profectas, even properly constructed, are not the perfect life forms. They are excellent warriors, nothing more. You see, I did find out, through my experiments, what the perfect organism is. They already exist in the natural environment. But they weren't suitable for my plans of conquest. You see, they are... He forces out a final word. No, they can't be that. Surely not. Well, what does it matter anyway, as Elbastan closes his eyes and departs from the third dimension. It's time for you to leave also. Following Elbastan's instructions, you creep along the passage toward the air tube. You take the air tube to Vault 7 and pass through a triangular opening to enter Elbastan's laboratory. It's a large rectangular chamber with a gaudy tangerine ceiling and similar brown walls. Lining many of the walls are aluminum racks crammed with colorful bottles, smoking flasks, corked cylinders, and tubes. A pungent odor rises from thick dust and spilt liquids carpeting the floor. Certainly Elbastan had been a most untidy scientist. In the main, however, your attention is drawn to the opposite end of the room, beyond dozens of rows of high wooden benches, to a point where 3 dog-like beings are shoveling powdered chemicals into a mechanical hopper. Stealing closer, you examine them in detail. By their outlandish dress and their queer manner of speech, you recognize them as Yappies, a race of intelligent canines from Quadrunk's Mauve. What the fuck?
Yappies.
Apparently, they are laboratory assistants preparing the chemical mix for the second batch of prefects. Zap, my man, Bragg, says the one wearing the bowler hat, blue reflectors, and satin pantaloons. It's Friezo time. Clear your pads. It's time for a gulp of rocket cola. Zap and Bragg down tools and follow the other into a side room where, after a noisy gurgle, they can be heard giggling and quietly humming weird tunes. When all seems safe, you sneak up to the gyrating hopper and crumble your rock salt into the mix. All right. As you had hoped, the 2 batches of Profectas, the old and the new, begin squabbling among themselves. Soon fighting breaks out. You listen from the relative comfort of your hiding place as the 2 warring factions charge up and down the corridors, down the air tube, through the chambers and vaults. It's a great while before the sounds of fury subside. And by the way, this is what they look like. Ha!
Puppies.
Puppies.
I think Trendane might like these.
I think he would. Yeah, I agree. Venturing bodies of hundreds of Profectas blasted by lasers or hacked to pieces by wicked implements are strewn throughout the confines of Vaults 6 and 7. In only one room do you meet a live Profecta. It is badly wounded and will soon die. I am the last of my race, it croaks. What an empire we could have built for ourselves. My strength ebbs, but if I'm to die, I'll go down fighting as a warrior. It attacks you with a sharp cutlass. Okay, this is the last fight, chat. All right, Echo, he's only got a skill of 6. He's almost dead. We can do it. And this is 11 again, by the way. because we have it's by 11. This is it's D6 plus 11 now because we got that needle gun, so it's 10 plus the rifle's 11. Woo! All right. He got a 9. Let's go. Last roll, Echo. Yes. Down goes the last prefecta. And so, as I turn to entry 400, your mission ends successfully. Single-handedly, you have saved the galaxy. After several minor adventures, you reach the surface of Arak and, piloting a disused spaceship, return to Encelina. Several months later, when Arak has been decontaminated and set in order, you return there at the head of a large colonizing fleet. In the Dome of Marbles, the Grand Emperor himself will crown you, galactic superhero and first ruler of New Arak. Soon, you will begin a long and just reign over 1 billion people. We finished it! We finished it at 146. Let's go. I told you we could do it.
Outstanding.
Yay!
We did it.
I love the fact that the rock salt was critical to all of this. Oh my God, I'm so happy that we finished it. All right, Tari, I need you to go through this art quickly because I'm going to have to get rolling here in just a minute. The art was amazing, by the way, all the way through.
I'm going to go backwards because it's quicker.
Okay.
So this is the last one. These are our guys who made us drink foot ointment.
I love that sweater. It's so great. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, then the horse guy.
So good. Okay.
Then when we set out to fight the monster thing
on this
in the
barge
lake.
with the thing. Oh my God. Okay.
And this was the warm-up.
Ooh, I like the shadowing on that. The shading, I should say. It looks great. Okay. All right. And then in our last session.
Oh God, dude, really.
If you don't want to, it's okay.
Last session was first this one as a warm up.
Yep.
Then this one, which took most of the stream because of all the details.
Yep.
Thank you. The cat guy and his henchman.
Do you have one from the others that you want to highlight? Because I don't want to make you go through all of them, but. That was great. Oh yeah, the purple shade. Yeah.
I don't know. This one was.
That was great. Yeah, because he's like, that was when we were trying to figure out how to also operate the ship. Yep. The warm up.
Most important one.
Clearly the most important one.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh yeah, he threw the cigars at the blob. This book was so weird. It's the weirdest freaking book.
Yeah, really.
Oh my God. Okay.
Warm up, and the first one was this. Warm up. Oh yeah, cover art interpretation.
with the lens flare.
Character design for our main character. Our first battle. When we saved the little three-headed robot.
The little three-headed robot.
And then when we followed him on Not Endor.
Not at all Endor.
And of course the Mexican genocide.
Yay! It's awesome. Oh man.
Okay.
That was a lot. Let me just say, Chad, we have gotten through it.
5 sessions.
That was a lot of sessions in a very weird book. But we got through it. I will agree with Triffid that I did enjoy some of the surreal moments in this game, and especially Tari's art accompanying it. So that was very cool. I do agree the book dragged and should have sped up, and I may or may not have slightly accelerated the pace myself, possibly. At times because it was getting a little much, but still very imaginative stuff. I don't know that it all holds together, but I give them credit for their ambition, and we had some great drawings out of it. All right, I've got to get rolling over to a big AI ethics committee meeting at St. John's. So before I do that, I will say Tari and I off stream will discuss what game book we want to do next. I will say that the next Fighting Fantasy one is a very different one that I believe is. Oh God, I think it's called like Dungeons of Mad. I don't remember exactly what it's called. But anyway, we could do that, or we could also do another series. So Tari and I will figure that out. The only thing we know is that we are going to continue to do, besides Beowulf, we will continue to do live illustration streams of some game book because these have been like an absolute joy for me to have the honor to be able to host. So they've been great. So Tari, thank you as always. And anything you want to let the fine folks know before we head out?
people can follow me on Tumblr, on Blue Sky, and on Kara at TariToons, where I post my art. And on Blue Sky, also lately been talking a lot about pro wrestling. Well, a lot, a few times. Yeah, go follow me there. Punch a Nazi.
Yep.
Have a good evening.
Agreed.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Tari, so much. Go get some food too. And
will.
thank you so much. And I will talk to you soon. We'll be in touch soon.
Yes.
Jack, can we get some love to Tari? Thank you, Tari. Bye for now.
Bye.
Alrighty. That was great. Really had fun with that. I really enjoyed this whole experience, despite how totally surreal it is. But I got to rise up on out of here. So, chat, I will be at my GOG stream at 4 p.m. Eastern. I will be there for over GOGCom for Pen and Pixels, finishing up Airborne Kingdom. So you will definitely want to stop by for that. But otherwise, I got to rise up on out of here. So yeah, thank you so much as always to Tari for being amazing. Really been a joy to be able to do these. And again, chat, please make sure to follow the channel. Check out the YouTube at !ArvTube. Thank you for watching me over there. Please subscribe there. Discord !ArvCord. Twitter !ArvTweets. Blue Sky !ArvSky. Website arvanelaron.com. Financially !ArvShop, my merchandise area. !ArvTreon, my Patreon. Please sub to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please also support my publishing endeavors. Icarus, my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Library, my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And Greyshade, my Greyshade IP, Greyshade Renegade Heretic, the 3 books of the Grey Assassin trilogy from Athos Arts. You can get those there. You can get the audiobook of Greyshade from our very own Trent Sparks there. And you can also pre-order the Greyshade TTRPG, which is coming out definitively by summer. It looks like the release date will officially be Gen Con. So at Gen Con is where it will be released. And that is literally the last day of July into the first week of August. So it's coming out this summer. So pre-order the tabletop role-playing game now, brought to you by Brandon O'Brien and Alligator Alley. And as always, BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send a message will do so for others in that situation in the future. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Hillness, Triffity Mats. Thank you to Echo, and thank you as well to those two who are here today. Thank you so much to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers. Thank you to Hillness, to Triffid. Thank you to Echo Alpha, to Effect Life, to Nonstop, to Imaginary Exponent, to TomTom. And thank you so much to my viewers. Thank you to Anthony. Thank you to Butthurt Gamer, to Dragon Spear, who's lurking in the background, who's of course a wonderful mod. Thank you to Jagtris, to Matara, to MST, Saturnius, TNS, Mephiston, and thank you to Vadim Banev. I will see you at 4 p.m. on GOG.com's Twitch channel for Pen and Pixels and the conclusion of Airborne Kingdom. Until then, everyone, please be good to each other, and bye for now.